one touch, and I know I'm gonna stay for always.
Well, we're on. We're on. Yeah, sorry everybody. We had a microphone malfunction. We weren't hearing one of each other, so we had to play with it for a little bit to find out why we don't hear it. You never understand why. You know, like you get off, I get back on, you get back on. Maybe it's just well, a lot of crazy things has been happening. There's a small video Brian put out this morning about he's doing an awakening tonight and how his main computer crashed. You had a computer that crashed. I had my laptop crash where I had to get it redone, refixed.
Oh yeah, we got something going on, man. I'll talk about it. We got some shit. There's some shit going on right now. If it's happening to me, it's happening to other people. There's something going on. So
yeah, so this is what the plan is. We already got some people watching. We got Queen of Swords 444. We got Happy Feet Gal, Patrick Roberts from a Timeline, Jerry Roca, the one who came on last Friday. What I was gonna do, because remember we talked with Jerry, we talked to Joey. He's gonna come on Thursday to do, talk more depth about flat Earth. And I thought what I would do is because our video on Friday is 3 hours long. I thought I was going to clip to the last hour and maybe relaunch it tomorrow so people can pre-watch what we talk about with Joey. So then Thursday, they kind of have a main idea what we're talking to Joey about, because we already talked about the meteorite and all that. I mean, we don't need to go, that deep. No. But, some people might not want to watch 2 hours just to get to Joey. I mean, you can fast forward, but, I'll collapse it down so people can watch it tomorrow, So how was your weekend?
Well, that's the whole thing. I sent you the email. I'm lucky I'm here right now, man. I got back here to be on. I've been at the hospital all fucking day. Not for myself. Well, kind of back it up. Saturday, I put out my little clip. I put out a movie one. I just put out the movie one. I talked about all the, if you're into the codes, the Da Vinci kind of codes thing, all the symbolisms have changed. All the codes have changed. I mean, everything is right blatant in front of your face what this place is. It's fucking what it is. And so I showed all those videos for people to watch on my channel, and I kind of talked about it a little bit as it went along. Well, fucking Monday or Sunday morning, I wake up I hadn't had that much to drink. I usually have my smoking a little bit, but then afterwards, I kind of relax. I kind of sip on some drinks, and I mellow it out, watch a movie or two. Nothing crazy, but the next morning, I woke up and my entire left leg was swollen. I have no idea how that happened. My fucking knee is swollen. It's fine now. I've walked around. It's gotten better, but these weirdest things. Can't fucking wake up. Can't wake up. Sleeping like a motherfucker. Can't wake up. I mean, I'm walking around like it's not the flu, but it's the tired version of it. Like where you just cannot wake the hell up. And this whole place is being destroyed. Well, not being destroyed, but there's a big ass storm going on, which is unusual because it's not touching the area where I'm at. It's washing out everywhere else except for where I'm at, which is kind of cool. I mean, it sucks for everybody else, but that's going on. And then today got really fucking weird, man. And I knew it was coming. It's a weird day. I've got some flatmates. Everyone's got the same feelings. It's a weird ass outside of anybody else out here in the camp or the Mandela fucking camp, whatever. I don't care. All I know is I got these gut feelings, man, and they have been hitting me, and I have been drowsy. I can barely fucking move, man. But today was crazy. Or was it? Although actually wasn't today. Let's put it this way. It was today, but about 3 a.m, my time last night, about 3 in the fucking morning, I'm kind of half awake, half asleep. I can't go to the bed. I'm just sleeping in a chair because I can't really go to bed. I don't know what to sleep. How long? I can only sleep maybe a few hours, then wake back up, go back to sleep. with a pounding at the fucking window. A boom, 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 pounding at the window. I was like, what the fuck? So I go answer the door, and it's one of the parents of one of the girls I had to go find. Now, I told you the story last year when I was first here, I went back home with you for a little bit. I came back. Before I did that, I had these parents wanted me to go help find their kids. Their kids were on Xanax. They're teenagers. They took Xanax. And so the last call they got was them passing out somewhere downtown, the city part. They're passed out downtown. And so, okay, yeah, I got my fucking hunting shoes on. I got my hunting clothes on. I said, let's go find these kids. Went downtown like 3 a.m, walking all over fucking down to Manchester and all the homeless people everywhere. And I'm looking, and I think I told you the story how just so happened that there was a big gay parade that day, and there was a lot of homosexuals, a lot of gay people that were still partying in the pubs. And so as I'm walking around looking for these missing kids, they come out of the bars. We're closing the bars. Now they all come around the cowboy. They're hitting on me and harassing me a little bit, but they were cool. I said, I'm out here, man. I got nothing to do with you guys. It's all cool. You guys have your fun day, whatever. But I'm looking for some missing kids. They're out here somewhere. And these guys are like, no problem. Give us the flyers. And so I had a whole gay brigade. I told you about that.
Hey, they're awesome people, man. They'll help you when you need it.
They fucking wanted to help, so they spread out all over the park, and they were all drunk, but they were sober enough to help me find them. Good fucking people, man. Don't put down the gays in Manchester.
They're awesome.
They found one of the girls, then we found the other one later, thanks to the gay parade people. We got them back. Everything was cool. We put them in an emergency room. They got themselves checked out. My job was done. Came back home. I was happy to help the people out. Well, just so happened that the same parents showed up, and they're looking for their missing daughter again. I said, what? So I'm thinking there's drugs involved. They said, no, she's not on drugs. I said, well, what do you mean? What's wrong with her? They said she's screaming that the parents are implants. They're not real people. So this girl is screaming. No, this girl stopped taking all the drugs. I got her off the drugs. She didn't take it. No more fucking Xanax. No more opiates. No more opiums of any type. So she's cleaned up. I recommend marijuana if you want to substitute for marijuana. So she's smoking marijuana. That's it. So the girl, she goes to college. She's doing fucking great.
Maybe the marijuana got spiced. Maybe it got mixed.
So I'm trying to find out from the family, has she been smoking any marijuana? I said, no. Is she on any drug? No, she's been in college, and nobody, anthropology, so I'm doing the whole fucking, okay, so tell me about her. I need to fucking find out what's going on here. Now, is anybody smoke weed? I'm talking to the youth, I want to know, give me is there acid involved? Is there any kind of fucking drugs? There's no drugs. Okay, so this person, what's wrong with this person? They said this person just went off and went crazy and is walking around, screaming at people. Okay, so it's 3:00 in the morning, and here we go. But it's local, so I get a hold of the police. The police is looking for the APB on this person. So we're out doing the rounds again, but at least it's local rounds. And we found her. I'm talking to her. We get her. I said, hey, what's going on? She says, you're not real. You're an implant. I said, an implant? What do you mean implant? She goes, my mom's an implant. Everybody's an implant. Nobody's real. And I said, whoa, slow down a little bit. If I'm talking to you, I'm fucking real. So she's, I know you think you're real, but you're not real. Nobody's real. Nobody's real here. I said, what do you mean nobody's real? And I go, what do you want? She ain't on nothing. So not that I'm aware of. So we got her in an emergency room now. She's in the emergency room, been there all fucking day. It's free medicine over here. This gal's in the all day long trying to get her. The cops had to put her in restraints. No, she's yelling at her parents that they ain't real. These aren't her real parents. And the time isn't correct. And the fucking sky looks wrong. And everything looks wrong. And I'm saying, oh, shit. Sounds to me, now this is just a guess, that this teenager woke up. This teenager might have woke up. I asked the parents, I said, what is she saying to you? She said, we're not her real parents, that we're just copies of her parents. I said, oh, shit. Is she hearing any voices? They don't know. They think she's hearing voices. She thinks they're watching her in her phone. I said, they're watching her in her phone. Okay, now I remember the paranoias when I woke up. When I woke up, I started seeing synchronicities. And I heard people talk about things, and then I had already thought about those things before they talked about it. So, in other words, I'm talking about Jiffy peanut butter. Jiffy peanut butter. I'm trying to convince somebody that Jiffy peanut butter was real. The next thing you know, I'm walking around and somebody said Jiffy peanut butter. I'm like, are you talking to me? Or did you hear me? So I was getting those same synchronicities. There were synchronicities, but I didn't know about synchronicities. This is brand fucking new when I first woke up. It was synchronicities. Made me feel like people were watching me. It made me feel like I was being watched all the time, like there's a fucking bug on me. Now, I went through that phase. I jumped in a bathtub and turned on the fucking and then got my body in there to make sure there's no bugs on me. I checked myself head to toe for fucking with a magnet trying to check for bugs. I had no bugs on me. And the synchronicities, and then the birds would stop in front of me, and then I'd walk and they would jump in front of me, and I'm like, and I'm talking to the fucking bird like I'm crazy. So I was seeing these things when I first woke up. You remember how crazy everybody thought I was? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing this youth going through the same thing. This is what I'm seeing. Now, I told the parent, now the parent has the Mandela effect. 100% has the effect. I said to the parent, I said, do you think maybe your daughter woke up, but she can't fucking comprehend it? Now, she's been at college. But she hadn't been at home with her mom. Her mom stopped talking about the Mandela effect with her because she didn't believe her. She thought, parents have to pretend to be straight. They can't act like they're crazy. So if they got the effect, they got to make sure the kids don't think mom and dad's crazy. So more often than not, a lot of the parents have to fucking keep their mouth quiet and shut so they don't look crazy in front of everybody else. The PTA, they'll take them out of school. They'll take the kids away. There's 1,000 things they'll do in this fucking shithole. So this parent, I said, it sounds to me like she woke up. She woke up, and she woke up big time. And she's been at college. Of course, college. I said, well, what happens if maybe she walked by a map? Maybe somebody talked about something that maybe she saw something show up, like a shift happen, and she saw a new building. Maybe she walked by and she saw the map, and her favorite fucking continent moved. Or it could be 1,000 things with these Mandela effects. There's so many fucking effects. Who fucking knows what's Dolly sets you off? That was simple, but this person could have been set off in college. So right now, this person is down at the hospital. 3 different shrinks went in there. Says this person has got problems. They've got police in front of the door. This person doesn't want to talk to anybody. Afraid that the police are implants. She keeps calling everybody implants. Everybody's an implant. I'm like, well, we would call what I don't like to call, but what people call NPCs. They're fucking using the word NPCs. They're just an NPC, a non-person player in the game. Well, to a youth, they don't know NPC. So this person is going through well, I'm assuming, and I can't be 100%, I'm not going to say it, but sounds like this person's waking up. Really waking the fuck up, like going to the crazy.
Well, maybe
farm.
she's lucky that she has you around, because these shrinks, they're just going to say false memories. She's crazy. I mean, and they're going to put her on medication.
I can't say anything to these. I just try to help people get off drugs.
I know. You can't say anything to the shrinks because they'll look at you like,
hey, do you remember the North Pole? Yeah. This person just woke up. And I told the parents, I said, look, it's kind of a good thing. It's in the hospital. It's going to be checked out by doctors. Doctors are going to give her the diagnosis of misremembering or psychotic cirrhosis. Who fucking knows what kind of it's going to come out. And they're going to have the conversation. And I told the parent, don't say anything yet. Let the person wake up, because everybody depends on who you are. Wake up a little bit more brutal than other people wake up. It sounds to me like this gal woke up. Now, am I saying it's because she got off the narcotics? Yeah. I'm thinking, yeah. She stopped taking drugs. She cleaned up. She was going to college, doing fantastic. I found everything great. smoking some weed, some hallucinogens or whatever, and then it just happened. Person got picked up from school, brought home because this person was being crazy at school. The school was concerned. Brought this person home, screaming, "Everybody's an implant. You're an implant. You're an implant." I met up with her. I said, "How you doing? Are you doing better?" "My mom's an implant. They're all implants at my school." I said, relax. I know what you're talking about. That's what it feels like. They're all fake. Everybody, I know everything feels fake because it feels fake. Because for me, I don't want to say it is fake. I'm gonna say because you kick your balls, you won't get your fucking Jimmy kicked. You stub your toe, you're gonna stub your toe. It's real that way. So it ain't fake like that. I said, yeah, I see what you're saying. This person's mother also sees the numbers and all the changes around the areas, showed me where these certain changes were. And then I confirmed another couple of changes came down the line when I was here. Like, my God, you're correct. I saw it myself. Down at the traffic center with a unicorn. This person, I was with the person, so the other flatmates were all going, "You remember that horse?" I go, "Yeah, take a look at this." I said, "That motherfucker has a unicorn on its head. Now it's got a freaking horn. It didn't have a horn." Woohoo! So I'm here helping these British people not feel crazy. He's like, "No, you ain't crazy because I'm with you." And in fact, I checked my phone. I said, "Remember, I took a picture of that horse just in case this happened." Took a picture with a full context with the horse with all the space around it. Not anymore. The picture of the horse's head is halfway up. You can't see the top part of its head. I said, I don't take a bad picture like that. I took a context picture like archaeology, a context picture. That's weird. The picture of the horse, you can't even see the unicorn in it. That ain't the picture I took. So, again, being around over here, so again, I can only be on for about an hour. We got to go back to the hospital. They're looking for a
that's fine. Because the plan was, it's kind of ironic that you're doing an awakening because I didn't tell you that this show is about awakening on yourself.
Your show you didn't even know
because the original plan was I was going to do like the first hour an awakening with you in a way. And then the next hour, I was going to ask somebody from the chat if they wanted to come on for the last hour and do an awakening on them. And, anybody in the chat who wants to do it. So if you got to leave, that's fine. We'll just do an awakening. I'm sure somebody in the chat is willing to come on to do an awakening.
Because I want to be there. I can't be in the room when the psychiatrists go in.
Don't think you're psychotic.
But I want to be there. If that person looks at me, I want to be able to look at them and say, "It's okay. There's more of us like this." It's not that they're implants. I kept saying they're not implants. Wow. They're just people that you remembered, but it's like the opposite version of them. It's another version of them. I talked about that in my workplace. My buddy at work, he had a little ass chin with a long ass beard. And when I woke up, and one day the dude had a short ass beard and a big ass chin. My other friend had a big old body, like a body mark. It's a natural body birthmark, kind of like you have on your ankle. Birthmark across his face with a beard, a light thin beard. But when I saw him when I woke up, the mark is gone. There's no more mark. It's gone. And his beard is full and thick. I said, son of a bitch, you changed. People that I know walked around my workplace, faces changed. Their heads to me got slopey. They got slope. They got like a fucking slope heads. Everyone's frontal cortex got small. And the back end got bigger. And you can see the back of people's necks. It was weird seeing people change that abruptly. So I went through that weird shift. This person, I don't know, had a shift in their own head. Maybe there's something else involved. I don't know, but it sounds that way.
Well, shoot, let's go back then. Let's go back from the beginning for you. Because you mentioned you woke up in 2016. Do you remember what month where you kind of figuring that something wasn't right? Do you remember what month that started?
No, around June.
June?
Around June-ish, yeah.
You heard other people say they've been waking up in March. March.
Yeah, March.
June. I mean, it's not in March. What was it? What was before you hit it big time? the thing that really changed your mind. What started it off for you?
I remember normal day. I remember it was normal day. It was a normal outside felt a little weird, but like sun-wise felt weird, but I didn't pay attention because the overcast was there. So when I did my thing, I think I told you about how you had that dream about the cocoon with the daddy long legs.
Yes,
I had my dream about being in a white goo, like a white spherical thing. I was in a white thing. I laid down and said, "Sleep like a dog," and I always talk about that, and pulled the teddy bear over, and I curled up on the teddy bear, and it was like in a weird anxiety mood, weird feeling when I went to sleep, and then it was the next day I woke up, and the bottom line of the news had its fluorescent colors. I saw the fluorescence. It was the first thing I saw. Everyone says, "What's the first thing you saw when you woke up?" Well, I saw this. Well, I saw this whatever song. What the fuck are you talking about? It's cool, man. The colors changed for me. It was that.
No,
basic.
when you say colors change, what do you mean? Like you looked up? Were you inside the house or outside?
In the house, yeah. I was looking at the news. Okay. The news. The bottom little part of the news that goes by. It says something happened, whatever. It keeps going by, but it was in a fluorescence. I never seen colors like that. It's in like if you had like your fluorescent markers, the fluorescent colors. The colors were completely alien to me. There was completely new colors. Everything was bright. And then and I always say that, I try to say this to people, it's like MASH 4077 drab greens is what we had back home. It's like we went from drab MASH 407, drab green, drab brown, everything was drab plain colors. So when I woke up, it was like fucking like Las Vegas or Tokyo kind of colors, where it was all fluorescent colors, bright fluorescent colors. My eyes the way they are, so my eyes changed. And then walking around, then I remember I told you down the end of the street there was that church right at the end of the street where the school is. There's that church. And just the day before, I always go by it. It's a Korean church. It's an all-white neighborhood, but who cares? It's a Korean church. Good for them. And I had like the Korean kanji, whatever, written in the Korean letterings on the. I can't read it because it's in Korean. But the next day, it was in English. It was completely English. And then the color of the church changed, and they had color in the windows. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
At the time, you had your son living in your house.
Yeah. And
there's probably, did you feel like you should mention it to him, or do you not want to?
I did. We got it. He's logical. So I was running the science behind it. And remember, he and I got in an argument, which we never, ever.
No.
Me and Jeremiah don't fight. We're best friends. Me, mom, and dad. We're dad and son. We're best friends. Dad and us. We didn't have a mom, so our dad was our best friend. So I was his best friend. But we got in arguments about the North Pole. We're arguing about the North Pole. Arguing about the skulls. Arguing about everything. We're arguing about the fucking the map. I was like, look at fucking Australia. What do you think of Australia? I don't know, Dad. What do you want me to say? What do you... we had those days. We had that time. Remember, it was like, I was telling Jeremiah, I don't know, man. Jeremiah says,
he was at that age of going out with his buddies,
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah.
So
they all came by. They're like, oh, Dad's having PTSD. Remember that? No, I'm having PTSD. So it's like, oh, PTSD, taking your PTSD, disabled veteran, PTSD. So everyone kept saying PTSD. Remember, that's the coolest card to ever have. PTSD. Oh, PTSD. You got PTSD. Remember the whole family, PTSD. You might want to go see the VA shrink, talk about your PTSD. Everyone lets a vet fucking act crazy because they just think he's got PTSD. Then I went to work and I was like, dude, the fucking...
That's where I feel bad for you, because you work at a museum of airplanes, flights, space shuttles, everything.
Yeah.
Now, this is before Flat Earth, right? This is before
Flat
Earth, right? So you're
I had no concept of Flat Earth.
When you were at work, when you're at work seeing things that are changing, I mean, did you say it out loud where people heard you?
Yeah, I said it out loud because, dude, remember, I'm the one that changes it. I'm exhibits. I change it. I change the exhibits. That's my job. So when you see the exhibits change, I want to know who the fuck changed them. It's my job. It's my ass. I'll be fired. So I want to know who the fuck changed the swastikas, who changed the airplanes, who changed all the science stuff, who changed the fucking universe, man. It was a flat fucking potato pancake. What's up with the saw blade? With everything. And even we had a giant, remember that giant Earth? Remember that giant globe Earth?
Yeah.
That you take a picture with? Well, that changed.
Yeah,
so
remember
that changed.
The Pacific Science Center in Seattle Space Needle has that big round Earth.
Globe Earth.
Yeah, and it,
yeah. Well, then when that changed, I was standing there. Everyone's like, what's wrong with you? I said, where's the fucking North Pole on it, man? Look at the freaking Australia. What happened to who changed the Earth? I thought I was crazy. Remember, I thought I was crazy.
No.
I thought I was like this kid. I have to go make sure this kid's going to be okay. Like this kid, it's the same shit.
But now you had 0 people that you at the time you knew, because I never even heard the word Mandela effect until you mentioned it. So how did you even start to even research? I mean, where did you even start to research on what's going on? Did you go to YouTube? Did you try to read books? What did you do?
I went to the books. I remember I have thousands of books, and I went through the books, and I was throwing the books down. And then I started typing in stuff like time travel. I was typing in stupid shit like time travel and just putting in stupid stuff like changed memories. And then just so happened that the algorithm set me up on YouTube where like EYA was on. I remember EYA, people that know hers. And she was going off on the fucking floored me was the Lion and the Lamb. And then I'm like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? The lion lays with the lamb, right? And then it was like the wolf lays with the lamb. I said, this is fucking too far now. This is Crazyville. So I'm watching her stuff. And then from her algorithm, like it branched off to like one of the guys over here in England. I went like Scott Harrison. I saw his. And then I saw a couple. Moneybags was there. You know, not to put him down. He's a good guy. Moneybags was there. So was it mine? And then there was some another gal. He called himself New Arrival. Some fucking weird ass. He turned out to be. I debunked him. Thank God his motherfucker got out of the program. And then there was Miss Pickles. And then there was like just these other random sites that were just kind of popping up with the Mandela effects. They had all these popular ones that were popping up. Like these popular.
I know what you're talking about, the popular ones, but they look so fake. Like so
they were fake,
so
yeah. They were fake. And mostly kids. They were mostly like little kids. It became like a little trendy thing. So you're looking at Mandela effects, and they were just the kids. All the kids were screaming Mandela effect stuff. Like, why would the kids know about JFK? You know, but then there's some hard hitters. People started coming on more and more with some regular people on the sides. And so eventually I'm like, I'm not alone. I don't know these people. I think they're fucking government psyops. That's what I was thinking.
I'm trying to remember. When did you first started doing shows on yourself with Mandela Effect?
When I got off drugs. Remember, I wasn't going to do any videos. I fucking have no concept of doing videos. So I have no concept of videos. Why the fuck would I put out I don't know YouTube.
What year was that?
Yeah, that was probably
2017?
Probably July. Probably July-ish. Like just because I didn't know what else to do. So
I remember I remember one of your first videos, you were back of a truck holding a gun. I think you weren't talking necessarily Mandela Effect, but you were starting the YouTube world.
I was talking about getting off drugs because what happened was I had the effect. I knew this wasn't my fucking home. and I knew I needed to get back into military discipline mode. So I knew this could be an alien invasion, dude. I mean, let's put it on the table. It could be an alien invasion, straight up. Could be an alien. We could have had this whole goddamn planet put into a fucking. Somebody captured it into a sci-fi fucking ball, and now we've got a fake sun because that's not my son. I was like, that ain't my fucking son. That's my yellow sun was gone, and this little white ball is up there, and that's not the same radiation. This is the same radiation you get at the McDonald's fucking counter where they put the hamburgers down. This is the same radiation. This ain't the same radiation as my old sun, the yellow sun. So I'm thinking of this is an alien atmosphere up there. The sky looks fake. It's the fake, like a firmament fake. I noticed the firmament. I didn't know what else to call it. So I was a force field separating us from the stars because those wasn't the stars. My North Star, the Venus star was gone. The Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, then you find fucking Venus for the North Star. It wasn't it was gone. The stars were gone. There were no stars. So everything was gone. So I was like, I'm going into military mode. I'm going into military mode. I was grabbing my shit. I'm looking at the weapons. I'm cleaning fucking weapons. I'm getting all my emergency shit out. I'm doing a fucking Richie from Boston kind of fucking attitude where I'm grabbing my shit. And then I told you I was sitting in the room. And I sat back and I shook my head. Then I had that vision come down and I'm sober. Had a vision come in and something talked to me. Okay, maybe I'm crazy. So I was crazy at this point. Okay, there's something talking to me. I'm having a conversation.
This is when I remember you. When I really remember you start talking about things change. We went to a vegan wedding. Nicole,
oh God.
The vegan wedding all the way out there, and then the way back. And I remember you started talking about the first thing I ever heard you talk about. I think change was the lights. When you said that the green used to be on top.
Green was on top.
And I remember you're talking about it, and I'll be honest, I was like, what is he talking about? Because you never mentioned the word Mandela effect. You were just talking about.
Well, I didn't know.
I remember when the light was green.
It was no Mandela effect.
Yeah, you never said anything about Mandela effect. You just said, you guys remember when the lights changed? So I remember that was the first time I'm like, what? What is he talking about?
The green light on top. I was like, don't you guys see the green lights on the bottom? The green lights on the bottom. But I don't know if you remember, dude. I had an embarrassing moment with our little cousin that was getting married. I was like, we're here for you.
Read outside.
When his brother, remember her brother, he died in my timeline. He died in my timeline. Our little cousin, the brother. I don't want to say names, but her brother, our aunt, she got married and she got a brother. He died. I remember him dying of a drug overdose. And so at the wedding, I was talking about it, and they're like, "Oh, he's over there." I said, "What?" He's a grown.
Yeah. Because he's a car salesman now. Yeah, he has a blonde wife, and he died.
He died. Yeah, he died.
Because their father did die.
Yeah, the father died.
Oh, overdose. He tried to ran over our grandma.
I don't know about that. I remember that. But I remember he was shot. He was trying to rob a bank, got shot. And then I remember the son died of an overdose. So I remember the dad got shot robbing a bank, and then the son died of an overdose. And so I was sitting looking at him at the fucking wedding going, we're at the Jewish wedding, ironically. And I'm going, he's right over there. And I'm sitting there staring at him. He's alive. Our own little cousin's alive. He's a little kid. He died as a teenager. So I was like, he's alive. He's alive at the wedding. So you remember that's when I was kind of having a little bit of a freak out myself a little bit. And Mike was acting all fucking weird, transsexual, was acting tranny weird.
That's when he was transitioning, and that's when some family member saw him for the first time.
Yeah, I saw him in transition for him.
So that was
that's kind of sad. So they see the boys, you, me, and Mike. So they see me with a long ass beard talking about how giving one of our young cousins a fucking hug, saying, "Man, it's damn good to see you, man. You look fucking great." Like, what's wrong with him? Because he had died in my timeline, so I gave him a fucking handshake and I thought, God damn, you're alive. What are you talking about? And then you got Mike walking around in drag in high heels. He thought we were insane. I think you were the only normal motherfucker there. I don't know, but you kept going up for drinks and complaining about the food, which I did too. But yeah,
fuck. No offense to vegans. They fucking didn't even have salt or pepper to put on this squash spaghetti.
no.
You know,
Was,
and then right after that wedding, we went straight to Carl's Jr.
Yeah, Carl's Jr. Yeah, we got fucking burgers.
And after you got full, that's when you start talking about the lights. And
the lights
I remember because everybody used to come over during football games.
Yeah,
that's when everybody was there. That's when it was like it wasn't just a game; it was like a family get together.
Yeah,
barbecue and game. And then I remember you kept looking at your phone because you kept saying that thousands of people are keep messaging you.
Yeah, I kept getting messages.
So can you tell us what were those messages? What were they about?
Oh God!
And the reason I'm asking is because some of these people might be going through it, and it might help them out.
Facebook. I woke up and my Facebook. I only had a small handful of friends on Facebook, work friends, family.
I have a Facebook.
I had over 1,000. I had over 1,000 friends on Facebook. They were, who are these people? I was like, I had Messenger was in Arabic. I was in Arabic groups. I was in groups.
Do you remember ever going to their sites on accident?
No, man. No, I think I even told you. Even on fucking Zuckerberg even sent me I thought it was a fraud. Fuck you, ain't Zuckerberg. I think it was Zuckerberg who sent me because I had over.
Was that before the YouTube channel or after?
This was during the YouTube channel. So I had the YouTube channel going on. So, and I also had Facebook exploding. My Facebook was just loaded with thousands of people, friends I've never fucking seen before. And when I told you all my Facebook stuff changed, I don't recognize writing any of that.
Do you think maybe that was a Mandela effect kind of a connection somehow? Somebody knows.
Yeah, it was me here. It was my we use the word what's a good word to use? It was my avatar. It was my existing avatar here. That's always been here. It's always been here. My avatar here had wrote all that stuff up. I didn't. I wrote similar things, but it wasn't exactly like that. That's why I always tell people, they always get mad at these actors. Like they get mad at the actors saying, don't you remember doing that? These actors probably don't have a memory of it. They probably don't have a memory. If the actor's awake, he probably sees the scene. Like, let's put it this way. If hypothetically, if Tom Cruise is awake, if he actually has the effect, then Tom Cruise remembers sliding across the floor with sunglasses and a white button-up shirt. But I'm sure Tom Cruise watched his own video and said, why am I sliding across the floor with no sunglasses and a pink shirt? I bet he freaked out on himself. Because if I freak out on my own writing on fucking Facebook that I have never seen before, I have never I wrote a fucking thing on time travel. I've never fucking wrote a thing on time travel before. And there it is. I wrote it. You saw it. I showed it to you. I was like, fuck, look what I wrote. You know, look all this shit I wrote about. I don't fucking remember writing this shit. I went to my logbook. I flipped the pages in my fucking military logbook. I did a journal. My journal changed. The journal changed in my logbook. This is what I did here in this Navy. It's not what I did. It's not what I fucking did in the Navy. It's similar, but not the same.
So when did it start affecting you, like at work, where they start looking at you different?
Well, it's a museum, so everything's immediately changed. Yeah. What people don't talk about, I used to work with the Medal of Honor and all the different badges. The Medal of Honor badge was is upside down. The Medal of Honor is upside down. It's upside. I looked at the Medal of Honor in the case and stared at it and said, what the fuck happened to the Medal of Honor? The United States Medal of Honor is upside down.
I feel bad for you because if you're seeing these changes and you're surrounded by artifacts all around you, and all these artifacts people have said they changed for them, and they might see it there, and here you are surrounded by hundreds of these items that people are seeing individually.
Material, handheld, physical, material artifacts that have changed. So I can't debunk it. So I'm like holding the material in my hands. It's changed. The planes changed. The engines were changing.
So what happened when you told your boss this? How did he look at you?
He thought I was crazy. He said, I'm unsubbing you from Facebook. Because I don't know what you got going on. I don't know what's wrong with you, but I'm unsubbing you with Facebook. If you need more time to go to the VA to see your psychiatrist for your blah, 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 gave me a fucking lecture. And I got awards at my workplace for being the nicest fucking guy, for doing the hardest fucking work, from staying to the last fucking second, from doing everything for everybody. Take the shirt off my back for people. Sat with my buddy I worked with for years, my African-American Vietnam vet fucking buddy, diehard Christian that goes to places, ties at church. Asked him straight up, dude, is it the lion and the lamb or is it a wolf? And he gave me, his answers were just a simple fucking answer, man. Is it the lion or the wolf? Well, it depends on how you read it. You got to read it further down. You just can't read the top part, man. No, dude. So people didn't wake up. So some of us woke up. Very small group of people woke up with a hard awakening. A hard awakening. God, now I know it's God. Well, I knew it was God back then because he told me it was God, but God, not tell me it was God. It was Dad talking to me. Our dad, no fucking magical person, but the voice of our own pop talking. And so basically he's like, you want to do it again? You ready to do it all over again? I'm like, do what all over again? Here we go again.
Now, you had a heart attack at work, or do you think do you think with all the changes happening, maybe you had a panic attack versus a heart attack because so many things is hitting you all at once?
I was feeling fine. I got it adjusted to it. I had the plan rolling. I developed a system on the computer, teach people how to fucking talk, doing up codes on my fucking videos. I had a helper at the time. God sent me a helper. So the helper's teaching me YouTube. I'm learning how to do all the YouTube shit. I'm learning how to tag shit. I'm learning how to do all the YouTube. So I've got a little system working. I got a helper. I got a call respond. Everything's fucking working out great. So everything was working out fine. I wasn't crazy at that point anymore. So now I'm I'm calling it full military mode. I'm going to get this shit through. Figure this shit out. It ain't real. I'm going to get it figured out. Everything's 100%. I mean, it was a normal fucking day in Wacky World. That's all it was. Nothing any different than the other Wacky World day. Other than putting in all the Apollo shit, which did not exist in my time, but working on the Apollo stuff, right down to the fucking engines. And then I had some soup because my stomach was still unsettled with the fucking solid foods. And then next thing you know, I'm spitting up copper like blood. My mouth is filled with blood. I'm spitting up blood. It felt like somebody shot me on the right fucking side. Like pain was so bad I couldn't fucking stand. Talked to my Muslim friend because thank God the Muslims believe the earth is flat. They don't have nothing to do with no fucking science shit, which is perfect for me. I said, you gotta give me some help, man. And he calls the ambulance. Ambulances show up. 2 of them show up. Both of them decided I'm going into cardiac arrest. Remember that? I called you on the fucking, I texted you.
You did. You called me and you said you were going to the hospital. And then I remember saying, because I was by myself working in a medical place, that I'm not allowed to leave because it's a medical. Someone has to be there. And I said, I'll come and see you after work. And then you texted and said you left.
I left the hospital. Yeah.
Now, did they say you could leave or you just left on your own?
They were upset because I was going into cardiac arrest, and then I stopped. And then I took everything off. I said, I don't want to be here. Remember, the VA pays for it anyway, so fuck it. I got out. I said, I don't need to be here no more. I feel fine. I was more angry, a little bit angry that I thought that someone tried to kill me at my workplace because of all the I'm going to say it, fuck it. The Freemasons were all going, shh. They knew it. knew some guys there. They were awake. Some of these old guys were awake, and we were talking about the Aleutian Islands, and one of the guys at the Aleutian Islands was an investigator, and so he and I was sitting there talking about the Mandela effect, and he was telling me about the Aleutian Islands changing. Now, he told me about the Aleutian Islands changing. He told me about it. Now, he's part of the group too. So he says that when anybody come around, he gave me the shh. So after that, he's talking to the other ones, and I'm walking by. They're all giving me that. All the old fucking docents are all giving me the Google eye, give me that kind of that shit-eating grin smirk that they know what's going on, and they're all like, and they do the old cross the fingers behind their back when I walk by, and I'm like, keep it quiet, fuck you. But so people, I knew then and there that other people are aware and they're awake. They're just not talking about it. That's when I knew this is bigger. This is bigger. There are people, there are guilds that are awake. Now, they're not hurting anybody. They didn't hurt me, but I don't know. Because I drank whatever that was or had that soup, and then I was spitting up blood. I don't know. I don't want to accuse anybody of fucking murder or attempted murder, whatever. But it is what it is, and it was what it was. But it was supposed to happen anyway, because after that, they said I can't come back, remember? They said you can't come back after that without a doctor's note from an actual.
The VA takes months to see a specialist.
You gotta go see a specialist.
And in the VA, to see a shrink, they're not going to see a shrink one time and you're out the door. You got to come back every freaking week. And it's like, yeah, I know that's
which disqualified me for unemployment. So I couldn't get unemployment. VA scheduled me out. They want me to go to this fucking shrink. They're gonna lock me up. Remember, I'm living off of my small disability. People were literally showing up to my house with boxes of vegetables. They had boxed vegetables. People from England are mailing me food.
Well, right there should tell you that some of the people in the community, how friendly they really are.
Yeah, the real people
that
have it. Food. Yeah, the people that actually have it, that were convinced. The way I described the way I went through, they went through the same things. So people that went through the same shock version I went through, the shock version, the ones that would have family members who were the ones that like watching and I'm doing my anthropology log. And so doing it all whole time. Plus I'm like getting people off narcotics. So I'm like, well, how do I get them out? I got to get people off drugs at the same time. So how do I do that? Well, I'll make up stories. I'll just tell stories. And the bear story today, and today's the adventures of blah, 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 blah. Get people off narcotics. Put out codes for people that are watching. Trying to develop some kind of system, a communication system within the lines, because there's so much corruption here. It's so bad. I mean, even people that have the effect in Hollywood, you've seen this. Brian has seen this. Deliberately, blatantly lying, even though they have the effect. Old Tom Hanks versions of people keeping the shit fucking locked down. You've got doctors saying that marijuana, which is the opposite, is what's waking people up. It's what's waking people up. According to my notes, this gal had been smoking marijuana. So apparently the marijuana got off all the opiates and smoked marijuana. Well, guess what? Somebody woke up. I'm not 100%, but that's just kind of what I got at my fucking notes right now. This person might have woke up. This gal might have woke up because of the marijuana. I don't know. But it seems that I'm just putting it on the table now. So maybe they don't want people smoking marijuana because it might wake people up. It looks this way. This is what I wrote down. So I'm going to ask some people now. I'm not going to say that, but there was another person in the flat. I live here. There's another person in the flat I live with. I asked this person, have you ever had any experience with marijuana? And this person gave me a horror story about eating a fucking brownie, like a couple of brownies, and having a freak out. I said, so tell me this. Were you awake after the freak out or before the freak out? He said, well, they said they were a little bit awake before the freak out. But after the freak out, they were really awake. Like, really awake. I said, that's fucking weird. So THC does have something. I got to have at least, I can't say that because I got to have more data on that. I can't. It just appears that way, that people that are smoking marijuana might be waking up using the marijuana.
Well, I think
like,
also
in a more of a wake up, like a super wake up, like really waking up. Of course, I'm a pothead, you know that.
And a lot of people who are new probably don't realize YouTube 2016, 17, 18, it slowed down a little bit now, but YouTube, you get shut down because I remember I had a normal channel.
Yeah.
You said that we decided to do one about you, and we had that sheet with 100 questions.
Yeah.
About Mandela effects. So it's like the first time really saying all these questions, and then on a channel, and then somehow 2 months later, they shut me down.
Shut you down. Yeah. You were at,
and all the channels were getting shut down. Now channels are getting shut down less because now there's so many out there.
I was making a note of that too. I was noticing there was channels that were really coming out with a little bit of emotion behind the Mandela effects.
Yeah.
They had low subs, like the bottom line fucking subs. And then you had these other ones. I'm not saying anything bad about people, but it was unusual. They had a huge sub account, and they were not being shut down at all. They weren't even being fucked.
It's kind of like they had pop music, right? Pop music is all the radio stations play. They're the good, best people in the world. And then you got the rockers, the druggies, the people that want to get off, the parental advisory. If you think about Mandela effect that way, the pop Mandela effect stayed. The true people that might not have the popularity of the pop, but still had a little following, let's put a stamp sticker on them. Let's put a parental advisory and say these people are crazy. And then they were just deleting. And when I went back to look for those videos that we did, they're not there anymore.
No,
somehow they're gone.
Yeah, taken right off. Anything crazy I did was taken off. I was suspended twice. So twice I've been suspended for like that 90 days. You
even upload.
Yeah, I've been suspended twice.
Got suspended from a live show.
Yeah.
And then when you came down here, we were uploading. We were doing shows, but we're uploading on this channel because we couldn't upload on your channel.
Yeah.
Since I really wasn't doing a whole lot with the channel. I was doing some paranormal stuff, but when you came, it's like, hey, I got a paranormal channel. Let's just have fun with your stuff and bring it on.
We utilize your other channel.
You couldn't use your channel.
No.
Then they got you to the upload part came back. Yeah. Now just after Christmas is when you can actually start doing live shows again.
Yeah, well, because I was now I know why. I know not just the Mandela effect shit. I mean, anybody can fucking pull that shit off. It's because I was encouraging people to get off opiates and start utilizing marijuana and CBDs as substitutes. Now, I didn't know that would wake you. I didn't know that marijuana would give anybody like a super wake up effect. I didn't know it fast forward waking up process. I had no idea. Now I'm pretty fucking solid that it's a quickening wake up process. So marijuana, if you can handle it, even if you're shocked by it, it wakes you up a little quicker. It starts to set you into more of that wake. I don't know what the neurotransmitter starts snapping it in certain ways. It really gets you into that fucking deep thought mode and wakes motherfuckers up. And so they kept shutting me off because of the marijuana. Every time I talked about getting off narcotics, get off narcotics, go to the fucking marijuana, go to the marijuana, get off narcotics, go to the CBDs. And that's when they started getting mad. Now, I'm not going to be mad at YouTube. I mean, I've pushed the limits on a lot of shit. They let me keep coming back on. I'm still on. They haven't shut me all the way off. There's good channels that got taken all the way off. So at least they let me keep my fucking ones I had and keep me on. So I'm not going to complain about YouTube too much.
No, and I think since there's a lot more channels now, they kind of like we got to stop doing this because we're bringing the press here by doing this. If we just let these people talk and Hollywood does their thing, right? Make these people look crazy. They're doing the job for them. Yeah,
well, I'm thinking they're fucking up. They're going overboard. Like the guy with the fucking heads, the 6 heads. Now everything comes out to 13, so they're telling you right there it's fake. But they're going over the top. They're going over the top. And even that's like making all of us, made me laugh. That's why they get mad. I'm like, thank you for going over the top. I mean, that's way over, talking to a fucking rabbit. I mean, it's way over the top.
Way over the top.
Yeah, that's so over the top. I appreciate it going over the top a little bit. I mean, they could have made it fucking more real. Even the fucking movie is fucking fake bullshit movies over the top. I think that helps out. These guys are so dumb. The locals are so dumb. These fucking zombies are so stupid that they make dumb movies. And so, for example, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I know you liked it. I watched the Joker. The Joker, whatever. It was horrible. I almost couldn't get through it. It was so bad. When I say bad, I mean the transitioning was bad. The next scene to the next scene, the way they line up the storyline was bad. It was nothing compared to anything they ever put out in the 70s in our home time, anything in the 80s in our home time. From the 90s up, and if this thing was awful. And so I'm looking at movies that are awful. I can't watch them all the way through now. So that's good in our defense because they put out all this propaganda. At least it looks bad. People like us that are awake can look at these things and say, this is god-awful. I mean, at least we can see it. Thank God God gave us eyes to see it, ears to hear. Fucking, we can see these things are fucking bullshit. I'm so happy that these guys are dumb-dumbs. So I can see how stupid some of these things are when they come out. I appreciate that.
So how do you feel when somebody says it's all false memories?
Yeah, that's bullshit. They know it's not. It's overwhelming with the evidence. There's too many residuals. And the fact that I'm having to go through this thing tonight with somebody that woke up that I know, it's a teenager that woke up. No, that's a teenager that woke up. These are not even adults. And this is just one. Maybe this is the tip of the iceberg. This is not bullshit what's going on right now. This person is going to be locked up. But I go, that's fine. Let this person relax, be locked up, and then soon this person will introduce them to like the flat earth videos, the Mandela effect, certain Mandela affected videos, people that know certain good sites to go to that are safe. They're not going to be felt like they're left out. They're not going to be fucking put down. They're going to be, here's a good site to go to. It makes you feel comfortable with yourself. You might meet 90% shills in the sidebar, but if you can meet one or two, I can introduce you to one or two people that I recommend. Some good people along the way because there's so many shills. You got to be careful. And then there's people that they're aware. They're not awake, but they're aware. They're aware. They're not awake. They're aware.
Now, if I heard you guys right in the past, in the UK, you only need, was it like 2 family members to get you locked up for mental?
In the UK, it only takes 2 family members to have another person locked up.
So if her parents weren't awake, because you say her parents are awake, correct?
Yeah.
So she might. The good news is, it sounds like she might not go away because those 2. Now there's the parents. Can it be any 2 of like, if the parents don't want her locked up, but can like cousins or uncles, two other than the parents, have her locked up in the UK?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So they could override the parents.
Yeah, definitely. Grandparents. It could be a family against family. The whole fucking thing down this. And besides, at this point, there's no backing out. People are using the language. Like, this person's not saying NPCs. This person's saying you're an implant. You're an implant. You're not my. You look different. You're an implant. You're not the same person. You're not the same person. You're not the same person. You look different. You sound different. Your face is different than I remember. Going through the whole wake-up process. So at this point, there's only one place to go. It's going to be a little bit of lockup time. But once this person gets out, I can have a conversation. Well, if I'm still here, I got to take off pretty soon. But if I can have a conversation, hey, you're not the only one. There's more of us. There's more of us out there. This is like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Have you ever watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers? And at the end of the movie, one gal runs up to what's his name, Donald Sutherland, and Donald Sutherland goes, and he makes that weird noise and points at her, and everyone, that's fucking horrible. So this person's going through that right now, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So the people who don't have the effect are basically like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They're local. There's always been a white ball in their sky. It's never been a yellow sun. They've always had these lines. Everything's always been this way for them. It's never been any different. So they're not going nowhere. There's just this is their home. There's people like the like-minded that woke up. They're like, this ain't my home, Toto.
So where the journey has took you from here to where you at now, how do you think you're looking forward?
Oh, I'm done. I already got the messages. I know what I'm not crazy. The best part is I know I'm not crazy. Running around the globe, seeing all those clues, all the past, all the different things in the past, knowing what I know from university, knowing what I know from the military. I already know what's going on. I already know it. No, and obviously 100%. It's 100%, and I've already got the signs for it. It is spiritual. It is 100% uncut, pure spirituality. So those of you that have God giving you the clues or giving you the clues, those of you who don't, you don't. You just look at that fucking candy wrappers. I don't know what the fuck you look at. But those of us that are spiritual, we know what's going on. And it's comforting. So once you've accepted and you give your heart out to your great architect, the lampshade, or whatever you want to call your whatever your faith is, then you can calm down. And then these things come at you in a better way. Then that fucking favorite song you've always liked pops on at the right time. And then the things that you like pop on. And now you start feeling good. You're not going down the rabbit hole of sadness. You're not going into that D-Wave bullshit. You're not going into CERN bullshit. It's all propaganda, all fake. You're not going into Mandela Effect, Verona Broom bullshit. You're not going into New Age fucking fake people bullshit. It's you and your creator. And your creator is only talking to you as you could be talked to. And then you start feeling better. Then you start feeling better. Then you know, and again, now you're feeling good. You're getting good. You're still being challenged because you're supposed to be, but you're a lot number to it. You're like in boot camp. You remember boot camp, dude? Remember how hard it was at the beginning stages of boot camp?
Oh, yeah.
Remember how you're in the middle of boot camp and you can't wait to fucking get to the end of boot camp? I feel like we're at the end of the boot camp. Like we're rolling into where you're getting your uniforms, you're getting size for your actual uniform now. You're getting to the end of boot camp. And you feel and it's not so heavy anymore. They're not doing the push-ups, sit-ups. It's a lot more of
and some of that stuff never leaves you.
Yeah.
You know, because like you were talking about, like drill sergeant, they got to a point where they used to scream at you, but then they turn on the lights to get you up. And once you see that light come on, you automatically are up. You don't need to hear that scream no more. Till this day, if somebody turns on the light, I'm up.
Well, Dad did that too. So he always did. He was always like our people didn't have a normal dad. Like our dad was like a drill sergeant. Our dad was a drill sergeant. Eric and I have always been in the military since we were babies. We didn't have a mom. So we've basically lived military our entire lives. But our dad was a fucking 100% drill sergeant. Let's go, boys. Let's go, 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 go. Grab your shovels. Grab your shovels. That's your spoon. We got 5 minutes. Eat. Biscuits. Go, 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 go. So, but we're getting to the end. I feel that we're getting to the end of it. And people that have made it this far, that hung in there this long, are feeling pretty good about themselves and being strong. There's a lot of strong players in this game that are helping other people out. And then there's other ones that are they're just there. I don't know why God put them there to be what they are. I don't know what they are. I don't know. I don't care. Everybody serves a purpose. Even he might be mad at them. They serve a purpose. And I've seen positives for a lot of people that even I didn't like, but there's no disliking anybody anymore. We're getting too far for that now. We all got to start doing the best we can with what we have. We don't have very many.
Do you actually feel maybe doing a show here and doing a show on your channel kind of helps you too, because you got something to look forward to talk about the changes you do see, instead of not having anybody that's there to listen to you? You kind of got people listening to you.
Yeah. Well, I was doing it every day. Remember, I was doing it every.
You were doing it every day. Yes.
I used to do it I did it every fucking day for like 3 years, every single day.
And you should do it 8 hours, 9 hours.
Long. I mean, I've done it all. People don't know what the fuck they doing their things. I've been there and done that. It wasn't until mostly toward the end here that I started getting help. You know, I mean, I'm praying a little bit like, you got to throw me a bone, man. I'm getting burned out. And sure enough, people started coming on that were hard hitters, doing fucking great shows. Then you woke up finally. You got into it like, hey, bing, I got it. You got it. You woke up, and then you started putting on your show, which took a load off my back. And then I just started sticking like the Wednesdays and then Saturdays. My coder's doing fantastic. We have to worry about that. And we're all doing great. Everyone's doing fantastic.
Yeah.
I met more friends over here, more flatmates that have the effects. So I don't feel crazy. That are pretty conscious about people online, other people I could talk to about what's your opinion on these people. What the hell is wrong with them? But, you know, everybody, you know, so it's getting there. And then I don't know if anybody noticed, but the moon switched sides. I think I talked about that already. The moon still switched sides.
Not today. Not today.
Since the last full moon, the moon switched sides. It's no longer where it was. Now it's in the opposite side. So I've been clocked the moon. I think I mentioned on my site that the moon switched sides. So the moon's supposed to be here at this time. It'd be I'm sitting right where I'd be standing outside. It'd be here, but it's not there. So it's the opposite. So it would be behind me at the same angle that way. So now the moon is back that way. Moon used to be this way at this time at 2000 hours, but now it's not. At 2000 hours, now it's behind me that way. So the moon switched sides. After the moon switched sides, that's when a lot of weird shit was going on, a lot of emotions. I felt like we had a change of sorts. Myself, I felt different. Inside and out, I felt different. I know people, I've watched other channels. Other channels look like they started acting a little bit different. So I'm seeing a slightly different version of people, just like I woke up the first time. So, I mean, it's not that abrupt, but I do see it. I do see it out there. But the people that woke up around my time, they're the same. They act the same, but they look a little exhausted, like they look fed up, and they're still going on and just getting through it. Kind of how I'm feeling right now. I know, because we're really ramping some shit up. We're really, really ramping some shit up, dude. My leg got fucking tore up my last show. But anyway, we're really ramping some shit up. So this year is going to be crazy. A lot of people out there really expect a lot. Really keep an eye out, man. We're really moving along. And I highly suggest getting spiritual. There he is. Thank God.
Well, we got Michael on, so I know, Bob, you said
I got to go down there.
You said you have to go.
I got to go to one of your British hospitals, man, because you guys got free medicine. And so you got 100 people in the room. It takes like 9 hours to get in to see by a doctor. Then another 9 hours to get a room.
The waiting list up in Cumbria is ridiculous. It's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Oh, man.
Yeah, your medical system. Eric, I'm going to leave you with that. I got to go.
Well, Bob's got to go. Michael, I'm gonna play just a 5-minute clip. Just take a fast break, and then you and I will talk.
All
yeah,
right.
hey,
that sounds good. So I'll give you some coffee, and we'll get ready. So, all right, Bob.
Oh, cool.
All right, guys. I got to go to the hospital with your beautiful medical system.
Good luck, man.
Thanks.
We'll be right back, guys. We'll be right back.
I'm it. Still on.
Someone just told me like Gil. So we like Gil. And we just jumped upon this.
You lot can still see me, can't you? I don't know how to turn that so far.
You didn't have an invitation, no nothing. They're really nice here, not really. I haven't met an unfriendly person. Yeah. They're a lot different than the English.
Nice wallpaper.
Really nice. No offense to the English. They're a little bit self-centered, a little bit busy in their own right. They don't have much to say when they want to say it. Most are idiots. But here in Ireland, country feel like back home. Good people. They like coffee in the morning, not tea. They like to read the paper. They like to relax a little bit.
What's this?
Now look at this house. He's one.
I'll give you a tour of my house.
Nice. Friendly. And we're looking at all the islands out here.
Eyes on television. Frozen.
Yeah, I'll get it off. I just gotta.
Oh no, you were frozen a minute then. Oh, that's all right.
Here we go. Let me get that. That was just a footage of when Bob was in Ireland, and he was on.
I thought it was the Lake District.
Oh, was it Lake? I don't. I was getting coffee.
I thought it was. No, it just looked like the Lake District. It looked like a lake near me.
Let me just turn this down right here. Yeah, well, I appreciate Michael for you jumping on. Like I said, Bob's got to go help. He's got to help somebody wake up. So that's kind of
that's great news.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I wish I could wake somebody up. It's driving me nuts, man.
So this part, I want to go over with you again. I know you said, if I remember everything correctly, 2016 was March for you, correct?
Yeah. Probably middle of March, beginning of March, I think.
From 2006.
No, 2018.
Oh, that's right. You were 2018. Okay.
Mm.
So you were 2018. Okay. That's right. So, did you? I know you're following Flat Earth too. Did you? You said you got into Mandela Effect first before Flat Earth, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, I got into Mandela Effect with the Matrix meme and then loads of other stuff, and then got onto SMQ, and then the Watchers show with Brian and Gloria and Paul Knight. I've been on his show. He's good. And Gloria did a little bit too, but she's not on at the minute. Black Sheep Researcher.
She doesn't do shows no more?
No, but I think she's got. Last time I was on Paul's show, she's gonna go back on sometime soon. But anyway, yeah, I was watching the show and it was. Well, I was listening to it at work actually. I downloaded it, and it resonated so much. And then just kept following it. I thought the guy was nuts talking about flat Earth. To be honest, I was like, everything else makes sense with the Mandela Effect. I mean, as if that doesn't sound nuts like already. But so I was open-minded, and yeah, and then I started.
No, I mean, when you got to be honest with yourself. I mean, come on, you go to school, right? And all you learn is round, Earth is round, astronauts. And then, first time you heard somebody talk about flat Earth, back in your mind, like, you're nuts, you're crazy.
Well, do you know what happened? I was literally, I was into conspiracies a little bit. I kind of knew the moon landing was a bit fishy. So I saw this thing on Netflix, Mind Poison, that it was called Moon Conspiracy Theory.
Oh, Mel Gibson.
And the way I was watching it, it was just basically tearing it to bits. But nobody else could see it. I was like, can you not see this? Like people around me were thinking, no, not Mel Gibson. No, it was like a cheap ass documentary. I think I can't remember the name of it properly. But yeah, I was looking at it thinking this is just completely tearing it apart, and everybody around me was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" I was, "Oh, you not see it's obviously fake as fuck." Like wakey. And then I got into. How did it come about? I don't know. It took a long time to let go of the ego, though, to be honest. To actually, I looked into all the what you call it, the distance thing, the 8-inch mile squared, and all the usual stuff. and just trying to debunk it as hard as I could because my ego was just clinging onto that fucking pear ball, whatever you call it.
No, no, you're right. I mean, you're like,
It's
back in your
absurd
mind, you're
to
putting
thought.
up that defense right off the bat. You're like, no, come on,
Oh yeah,
you're
yeah.
crazy.
It was
You're crazy,
clinging.
and you're not even willing to listen at first. Like, come on, get out of here with that stuff. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But like you said, then when you start actually listening to their science behind it, you're like, wow, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. But I know I can see where all these people that are trying to debunk it are getting it. The program's so freaking hard. I mean, I was listening to some guy trying to debunk Brian, and I was thinking, oh, come on, Brian, you don't really believe this, do you? And then a little bit later, I'm thinking, oh, yeah. Because I've always thought since I was a kid, how the fuck... I actually asked my uncle, because he was heavy into science, I said, how does the moon stay up? Centrifugal force. I was like, doesn't that make things fly off? And then I started thinking about the like you've got your ball, you've got your poles, it's spinning around in a circle. So what are you doing at the North Pole then? Are you just going around a little merry-go-round pole thing? It just doesn't make sense at all. You've been brainwashed, in my opinion.
So how do you feel where you were when you first woke up, and how do you feel now where you're at in life with it?
I'm glad I've started waking up, but Jesus, it's hard.
I know it's kind of a deep question, kind of,
Yeah, like I'm in the deep of it now. I'm really starting to see the whole system is literally rigged. Like there's no ifs or buts about it. We're living in a literal matrix. From what I've researched, anyway. I mean, I've tried to debunk everything that all these people are saying, and the evidence is just too overwhelming for most of it. Pretty much most of it. And this flat Earth thing, like, I mean, there's high altitude balloons, and it's flat as a pancake, and everything else is it's CGI or convex lenses, and it just can't be debunked at all. There's even in the what was it called? Encyclopedia Britannica. I was looking into the firmament online, and I found this piece done. It was a YouTube piece under it, and it was described. I forget what channel it's called. Anyway, shout out to whoever it was. I mirrored the video and edited it a little bit. I couldn't. The comments were off, so I couldn't ask permission. But yeah, it describes an ice wall, 13, 13,000 foot high. Was it an ice wall or a glass wall? I can't remember.
No, that's what I love about doing this show. Learning stuff for the first time. Like when Joey says something on Friday that kind of bring me back memories when he talked about the airplane going through the clouds. Because I remember as a kid flying on an airplane going through clouds, and I remember saying to myself as a kid, "Why is it not raining here?" And I never thought about it then. And then until Joey talked about it, how come it doesn't rain when you go through the clouds? And I remember as a kid going through the clouds thinking the same thing. Why doesn't it rain? And when he explained it, it's like, wow. That's the first scientific thing that makes sense.
When he was explaining that, I was thinking it's just because it's vapor, but I don't know. I missed quite a lot of it because I was preoccupied, to be honest. I was getting a bit tired and stuff, but yeah. But he's got some hell of a good lot of theories on the wall, and that's something I'm really interested in because we're never ever going to get to see it, are we? But I did find a channel called. Why does my memory always go blank? I forget. But anyway, there's a channel out there. There's a few actually, and they've literally got pictures of things. There's Operation Fishbowl as well. There's the August Picard thing, where a guy went up in the 1930s in a balloon, and the description in the article was a bluish disc with a white haze, if I remember correctly, with upturned edges, anyway, it described basically a flat Earth with an ice ring around it.
Well, Joey just said that when he comes on the show Thursday, he's going to talk more about the entire FE model works. Yeah,
He's really well researched. He's done a lot more. I mean, I'm only
yeah.
maybe
That's why
10
I
months in.
That's why I wanted him to come back, but I wanted him to come back on the show, like start from the beginning. Because when he came on, it's like the last hour. I want to give him a fair, 2-3 hours to really.
That'll be a brilliant show. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really
He
excited about that.
It'll be great, man. He needs more subs. He's a brilliant guy, Joey. So funny.
Well,
is he in the chat still? I can't even see him.
Yeah, he is. He just wrote, Mike Haley, are you vaping cannabis, brother?
No, I only smoke it in a pipe, Joey. I'm vaping toxic for the whatever's in this. Vegetable glycol, allegedly. Better than cigarettes, anyway. I have got a beer, though. Naughty.
So, how much of Bob's Awakening story you kind of heard today?
Pretty much all of it. Missed a few bits. What was the deal? I missed the beginning. What was the deal with the lass?
Oh my God.
Basically, yeah.
I know it goes so not fast, but it's like, what did we talk about in the beginning?
I did kind of get the gist of it. But yeah. So she thinks she's going a bit loopy, or does she know that she's working?
Oh, yeah. He was talking about, yeah.
Do you mean? Sorry. Did you mean Robert's Awakening?
Yeah, about the girl. About they went out. They had to go out and to find her. They were all looking, and it was so cool. What was so cool about the story is where they went by some gay bars, and the bar was closing down, and how the gay community helped them to find her. I mean, that's just
yeah. I heard that bit actually.
Every community always gets bashed by somebody. It always gets bashed, but when you see the true beauty of how communities come together, and they didn't have to help them. I mean, here's a crazy American with a beard in the UK, for a girl. I can imagine how he looks to them, and they still to help him. I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah,
it's great. It's and I feel not bad for him, but he's still in another foreign country.
Yeah, honestly, people in the UK, they used to always be out and about, but the television, it's just full of fear. Everybody like, lock the door, don't leave your daughter in the van when you go to the garage, all this. But in reality, everybody's friendly. They're just all brainwashed by the TV to think everybody's out to get them, in my opinion.
Is it really like the BBC? Do they really control what is allowed to come out on television there?
It's not. I don't think it's as bad as all that CNN rubbish, to be honest. But yeah, it's pretty controlled. I mean, this beer virus bullshit that's going around, it's plastered all over the schools, and I saw an advert on my bullshit feed on my phone about it as well. And yeah.
The virus thing it really does. It really does make you think, because here we are. We just signed. America just signed with China the tariffs deal about imports. And Trump's going on about job creations. Well, how do you create more jobs? Well, you create a virus in China where things can't come over, so more things have to be made here to increase jobs. I don't know. I know that's a conspiracy theory, but how do you help out your own? Well, how do you help out your own economy? You create your own economy where other economies can't send you stuff because of viruses, because of all this. It just seems kind of weird that we just signed this big deal, and then all of a sudden, they actually had a big protest going on in China. And then all of a sudden, the virus appeared.
Very strange. Oh, and they've got a vaccination for it now as well. A vaccine.
Oh, do they have one yet?
Like they didn't have that already. Yeah, they've had it already, won't they? It's a man-made virus. Have you seen Russian Vid's take on it? He's really broke it down well. It's just, it's crazy. There was one part of his video where it's all for drama. They're just spraying these people as they're coming out of an airplane. They haven't got foot mats or anything. They're not getting under the shoes. There's a guy who looks like he's got a leaf blower going on this classroom or whatever it was. Just spraying fucking like a fire hydrant at people.
Did you hear about one of those cruise ships, right? There's a cruise ship where they were keeping people inside their rooms for over a week or 2 weeks, and they couldn't even leave their room. And one of the ladies was saying that they weren't allowed to leave because of the virus, but they were getting food during the day, right? The people who were delivering food, a person was delivering food, delivered the food without gloves on. And one of the this is true. And one of the person who delivered food that had no gloves on actually was diagnosed with the virus. So it's like, really? Is that it makes you really think it's got to be fake because why would people deliver food and not have gloves on?
It's completely fake. I've looked into it heavily. I looked into vaccines as well. I wouldn't ever get a vaccine, just in my opinion. You don't have to take my word for it, honestly. But yeah, have a look into that. I don't want to get your channel in trouble by talking too many conspiracies, but that's
God damn! I wish I had this paper. I took my because I took my son to a doctor yesterday for his physical, and they said there's a new shot. It starts with an M. I don't know the name of it. It starts with an M. They're like, you don't have to have it. School's not required for it, but this kind of sickness is they're predicting it's going to be spreading soon. So it's a good idea to get this shot. I wish I knew the name of that shot. I'm like, really? Wow, they're already pushing on new shots.
Oh, man.
That's not even approved that you have to have in schools yet.
It's crazy.
God,
Go on, have a look.
I don't know the name of it.
It's not MM. No, it won't be MMR. Mercury. Aborted fetal tissue.
It just drives me crazy thinking of the shot. Yeah, I remember Bob's Awakening because I remember the first time, like I said earlier, we were in a car and he was talking about, hey, how come the red's on top? And at first I was like, what? What do you mean the red's always been on top? You know what I mean? Because I wasn't there yet. I wasn't where he was at yet. So I remember. So it was kind of. I remember at first I was thinking to myself like, "Is he going crazy?" I was thinking that, So it's so when you hear these awakening stories and you're there on both sides, not just waking up yourself when you weren't awake and somebody was waking up and you don't understand it at all.
Yeah,
and I can see where when you said it, people were thinking it's crazy. I was actually one of them.
Yeah, weird.
So
when did you wake up to it?
It was last year. I got laid off. I was laid off for work. And
right.
So you have more time to yourself when you're laid off. You're not super busy. And then Bob was showing me stuff. Bob was showing me a lot of these effects, and then he showed me the picture of Dolly without the braces on, and because we were huge James Bond fans, we were kids. Roger Moore was my James Bond. Roger Moore was the man, and when he said that Jaws, the girl didn't have braces on, I said bullshit. You can't. No, she had braces on because that was the only reason why he liked her. That was the only reason. I'm like, no way. So stuff that Bob mentioned before, where I kind of like didn't care to research, because my life was here. My life was busy. Going to work 6 o'clock in the morning, coming home 7 o'clock at night, feeding the kids. And then when you get laid off and you start actually researching what he's talking about, and you're like, holy shit, there is something here. Wow.
So did you dive straight into it and start ratching about for it, like what we call residue, like a madman, like I did, or not?
Yeah. That's when because going to college and being in the military, you know, you always learn to you always learn in the military and stuff. I was a military MP. I was a cop for the Coast Guard. You know, we were investigating illegal ships, illegal people. So you always learn to investigate.
Right.
And then so when I had time, I started investigating. It was like, wow, holy crap.
Blows your freaking mind, doesn't it?
You know, and it's crazy because you heard it before. And it's not that you didn't believe it. You just didn't care to research it because you just had too much stuff in your life at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think, I was quiet because I'm a seasonal gardener, so it was fairly quiet in March. That's probably why I had time to have a look.
Yeah.
Otherwise, maybe I wouldn't have took it so seriously.
Yeah, because you have young kids too, right?
Yeah, I'm busy as hell. Can't thanks.
See, I have 2 kids that are still in school, and you know Bob's kids in 2016, his kids were full grown. So you know he you know so his lifestyle slowed down a little bit more, where we're still living with kids that fast lifestyle where we just didn't research nothing.
That's why I'm finding it like hard to try and get hold of the flat Earth evidence and all the other evidence. I mean, I've had a really good look at a lot of it, but it's hard to do it all when you've got kids, isn't it? Really, but
it is, yeah. And then since I got laid off, you know, I'm studying, and then when Bob came down from the UK, you know, that's kind of when we started to combine our shows together on this channel, where the idea was, you know, he's already, you know, Bob, he already knows his stuff, and I'm learning. So it was like we wanted to combine a show where this is the learner, this is the master, apprentice, and a master. And I thought yeah, you know, and I thought the show I thought we created a good show on 2 different point of views that I'm still learning, because Bob, he knows his stuff. Much people
he does,
like him, don't like him. He's got a lot of people that don't like him on YouTube.
Really?
But yeah, he's got a lot of people that don't like him. I get messages on the side and saying, "Hey, Eric, you're better off on your own without him." And it's I'm serious, and I'm like, wow, you just, you know,
what a joke! No, it's awesome. It's awesome. I couldn't believe it when the first time I heard you, I heard one with you and Rob, then I heard Robert and Brian, and I was like, "Who's this awesome guy?" I was like, "Oh my lord, he knew every fucking thing." And
some people, there's a lot of people out there that Bob just speaks whatever's on his mind. He speaks the truth. Whatever's in here, he's gonna speak about it. And sometimes I think it rubs certain people the wrong way on how he presents it and all that. And it's like, if he, because you know his shows is different on his channel. You know, he does more of a kind of a psychedelic. You know, you heard it before, kind of a psychedelic, and I don't think a lot of people really gets it. But when they come here to this show, when they actually hear him speak, you know, and then you know, like yourself, you're like, hilarious. This guy knows his stuff. He knows a lot about everything. Like he's that thing. Like he knows, well, not a lot, but he knows a little about every single thing that goes on. And it's just it's amazing, because I remember when he came out in 2016, he was just studying, investigating, and you could feel all the hard work where he's at now, because he knows his stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't believe it. Like the way it was.
I mean, just like you said,
history and
it does, because like you said, in 2018, from where you started and where you're at now, you know a lot more stuff than you first started, and now you can see clearly.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to Brian, and he was on Russian Vid's stream for the first time, I think it was. I was like, wow, this is deep. I don't know about this. But then the more you start to wake up, the more you realize that these guys are just talking absolute pure truth, in my opinion. And this Russian Vids guy, honestly, you should give him a listen. He's all about their Freemasonry symbolism and all that sort of thing. It's just brilliant.
What's the name of the guy?
Russian Vids.
Oh, Russian Vids. Isn't he the one that's coming on Brian's show tonight?
Oh, he is actually. Yeah, he's coming on at 9 Eastern. I think.
Yeah, 6 o'clock my
6
time,
Eastern.
Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time, New York time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna listen to that. That sounds interesting.
Just have a really open mind as you do, and I'm sure you'll pick a lot out of that. You really will. It's awesome. So, what's your biggest Mandela effect then, mate? Let's get into Mandela. I can't talk to anybody else about it.
I know. There's nobody you can talk to. You got no brothers or sisters.
Just the online chats, mate. Really.
Wow.
That's why I love coming on shows like this. I've only been on a few, you and Foy, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
But, it's really hard when you're like, but and they're just not interested, not at all. Even though I showed my girlfriend the engine changing from we know the engine change, and she said, "Oh yeah, that is weird," and then that's it. But it doesn't bother me, she says. I'm like, what the fuck? It doesn't bother you? Seriously?
No, I know what you're talking about, because my wife, she hears me talking about it all the time with my brother, and she don't get involved.
Right. Yeah.
So I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you can't really talk about it unless like a show like this where you can kind of like.
Yeah. It's like Fight Club. Nobody talks about Fight Club. I had that on a show once.
Well, it is, and it's hard now to even, like what I was talking about, watching movies and TVs that you watched before, because now you're watching it. Now you're asking yourself, did that change? Did that change?
Yeah.
And you don't know what's real and what's not anymore.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, the traffic light one, when you brought that up, I was like, yes, they were great. I knew exactly where I was when I was looking at them as well. I was near the train station in Blackburn, and I have a vivid memory of it being just this like ripple effect plastic, and it was definitely on top. Nobody can tell me otherwise, definitely. And Sex in the City, I used to watch it with my ex all the time.
Yes, my wife watched it all the time on HBO.
That's crazy, isn't it? And it was, I'm sure it was like, it's all pink now, and I'm sure it used to be a white box or a white background to the film or program, whatever.
Yeah. Because why would it not be called Sex in the City? I mean, that's New York.
Well, it is when they're getting their awards. And Best Actress goes to blah, blah, blah from Sex in the City. It's weird. Oh, man.
It is. I mean, even the simple ones, even the simple Mandela effects, like the Monopoly without the glasses. I mean, even that one was weird, because it's like, how did his glass go? I mean, how did he never had one?
That was my second one. It was the Matrix meme. That absolutely, even that got me. And then I looked in the cupboard at the Monopoly board, and I was like, holy. And then, I literally, it must have been a week or two. I kept checking the flipping board every single day. I was like, this is just not right. And I went to work thinking I was going to wake everybody up in the whole place. I was like, come on, have a look at your Ford badge, mate. And he was like, what the? And he saw it. And he was like, and then he went round the back. So he obviously saw it. And I was just like, oh. And then a few weeks later, he's telling me, oh, I just watched this thing on Netflix about how the mind works. Blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh, he's gone full NPC on me. So I just shut up after that. And then there was mother's husband, new husband. I said, hey, mate, what do you reckon about this? What's wrong with this Volvo logo? He's like, what the fuck? Looks like what's that? I was like, yeah.
Somebody wrote too. I remember Sex and the City, but I didn't watch the show. Somebody didn't even watch the show. Remember, because Sex and the City just doesn't make sense.
No.
Sex and the City.
I can't convince my girlfriend of that one because she's a bit younger. She's 10 years younger than me, so it might have been. But then again, they change for different people at different times. But it seems to be people in the late 30s up, kind of mainly. Do you find that or not? I think it seems to be the sort of middle age and up.
And then, of course, I was a huge Back to the Future fan because I grew up on that movie as a kid, growing up, and remember the van was white and stuff, and now it's a different color.
Gets me. Yeah. And it was definitely a Toyota, not a VW. But the guitar, I'm not sure about. I've got dual memories on the guitar, but it wasn't a big film. I was more into, I don't know, fishing. No, but I remember, like Luke, I am your father. That again, I've got dual memories. I'm thinking it was like, Luke, I am your father for some reason.
That is it. That one's a trip because I grew up on. Star Wars was the very first movie I ever saw at the theater.
Yeah.
So that movie is ingrained in my brain, and that change was a shock when people said that. I'm like, no, I had to rewatch it. Like, no.
Do you know what's really weird? Scarab Performance. There was one show of his. Have you heard of Laurel and Yanni? The Laurel and Yanni thing. Well, they were what they were doing. They had this other lad's work where he'd slowed down the "No, I am your father" to really slow speeds, incrementally going down. And they were saying the guy that made the video was saying you can hear something different. I forget what it was. Oh man. Oh, I am the father. I think it was when it was slowed right down, and you couldn't hear it. But when it went really low, Dan, the host's voice, he went. And I did the same thing right when he did it when I was listening because it was weird. It's like something to the slow Yanni thing.
Even Earl Jones, the actor voice who did Darth, thought it was the other way.
It's even his handwriting. It's in his handwriting, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think somewhere.
And
still blowing my mind later.
I don't know if this is going too deep or not, but you ever ask yourself why it's happening? Like why? You know what I mean? It's like you wake up like, why do we even have to see these changes? I mean, why is the changes happening? You ever like wake up and want somebody to actually come down and give you an answer?
Do you know what my honest answer to that is? I honestly think it's God. I was never spiritual. Well, I was spiritual, but I was on the fence, kind of. But then I saw these changes, and then I just couldn't get any answers, couldn't get any evidence, couldn't get any proofs. Everybody around me was asleep, so I literally prayed about it. And then I said, right, I need answers. God, please help me. I just don't know what to do. And then, just give me a second. Then everything just, my eye, it was like, I'll just fill my vape. 1 sec, sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Cliffhanger.
No problem.
It was like my eyes kind of opened up and I could see everything more clearly. The world just changed. And maybe that's why I could see through the, sorry.
I'm just okay. Somebody was texting me. Yeah, I know it's weird because you keep thinking to yourself. I mean, I guess you're right. You would have to think spiritual side because to changes to happen in this way has to be something powerful. I mean, because otherwise, when you start thinking all the dimensions and then. Here you are. I'm not saying we're all struggling, but here you are, trying to you're trying to understand the Mandela effect. And then here's flat Earth coming. And then you listen to flat Earth, and that makes sense. So now here you are struggling with Mandela effect, and then you're also now struggling with flat Earth. So now you're struggling with two, and it's like sometimes you're like. This is too much.
It's like every truth out there is just coming to me, and it's like, I don't know. It's like I'm just getting information. It's weird. Yeah. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, it's definitely there's messages in it. I think there's some sort of weird messages in there. Some of the effects. Oh, you froze. Have I froze?
No,
Oh, sorry. I thought you'd froze.
no. I was getting a text on the side. I was getting a text on the side. I was, my son's not turning in his homework, so a teacher was.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's when you got kids, like I said, when you got kids, so yeah, sometimes that's why like doing a show with Bob, talking about these effects, it's kind of like a release, like you're saying, for yourself, because you get to talk about it. You get to get it off your chest, because you could drive yourself crazy just thinking about everything. Especially like think about this. Think about when Flat Earth. You watch all these movies as a kid. You watch Star Wars. You watch these space movies. One of my favorite space movies was The Last Starfighter. And you watch Battlestar Galactica on TV, Buck Rogers, and then suddenly, when you start believing the flat Earth, all that's false. All that's like, you know what I mean? It's like it takes the fun out of it.
Oh man, yeah, it's crazy. I find it more fun knowing all this stuff and researching now. I love it, but at the same time, it is hard when nobody is interested apart from myself. But the whole Mandela community, the whole truth community, just taking it in the stride, really, aren't they? Apart from well, I'm probably stressed out the most about it.
I mean, in a lot of ways, we are lucky, because the community, at least that I know, I've seen you in chats, I see myself in chats, that at least the people are so fantastic.
Yeah, they're all awesome people, aren't they?
They are. I mean, you'll get a few trolls. You get a few trolls, but not, of course, I don't get as much trolls that Brian gets.
Oh, that's because he talked about.
But what's funny is what's funny is I don't know why I notice these little things. You know how when a show's done, you look at the likes and you look at the dislikes. You kind of do. As soon as you talk about flat Earth, and if the word flat Earth is in your title, dislikes are just bam. Just like it's like people are ready to harass you more with flat Earth versus Mandela effect.
I even got a troll. I've only got 100 and something subscribers. I'm just new to it. I'm just messing around, just putting out a few little funny videos and a few truthy videos where I find truth. And I've had disinfo people coming on, or triggered people, whatever you want to call them. But I don't know. I'm sure they're paid or something. Some of them, or that's just super triggered and super indoctrinated. Because I've had some guy came on my chat and said something like, I think I need medical help and NHS is free and all this. Just love you, brother. I hope you wake up. But I think, I don't know, it feels like a knock on a tap on the shoulder from the big man to me. Never thought I'd say that in my life, but there we are.
It is just so weird. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theory, but it's like people want to shut down the flat Earth way more than Mandela effect, way more. I'm surprised we haven't had a flat Earth movie or something making fun of it or something, kind of like Mandela effect. I'm still waiting for that to come out.
Well, there was what do you call it? Behind the Curve. Have you seen that?
Behind the Curve, no.
Yeah. I watched it when I started getting into flat Earth theory. Fact. And the first time I watched it, I wasn't there yet, and I was like, nah, and it just set my awakening back. So it was a bit like the Criminal Minds, a bit like it was nowhere near like the Criminal Minds, actually. It was like the, what do you call it, the other one.
Now, have you what are your thoughts about I know we talk about Mandela effect and flat Earth. Have you ever looked into the paranormal, like ghost hunting kind of
No,
stuff or anything like
no,
that?
funny, not really. I've watched a few videos about like what was it, the rake? I was a bit interested in that because there was all these compelling pictures of this weird thing down a sewer and in the woods. I was like, whatever. And then I hear people talking about Dogman. I'm like, And then I saw an orb. And then when I was filming, well, I saw multiple orbs and deleted the video by accident. And then I think you've seen it, haven't you? The other one, the one where I caught one orb zip past. That's the only supernatural thing that's really happened. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you last time I was on.
Yeah.
Something really weird happened when I was a kid, and I remember it vividly. It was like a kind of out of body sleep paralysis-y type thing. I was just lying in my bed trying to. I maybe did tell you. I can't remember. I was lying in my bed, and I knew I had to get up for school. Have I froze?
No, I'm here.
All right, I thought I'd froze. Sorry.
No problem. No problem.
So, yeah. So I couldn't get up at all. I couldn't move. I couldn't get up. Couldn't open my eyes. And it was like the most lucid, weird dream ever. I was on a BMX biking around my old estate, and I was like, right, how am I going to get up? So I thought, right, I'll bike back to my house. So I biked to the house, walked in through the front door, which was open. I don't know why it was open. Walked upstairs, and then got into bed. And as soon as I got into bed and pulled the covers up, I woke up, snapped out of it, and like woke up. That was super weird, and yeah.
Yeah, I've actually always been intrigued with the paranormal side first. I mean, actually,
Right.
when I first created this channel, my idea was I was actually gonna start to do ghost hunting and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I did a
Right.
few walking around graveyards trying to find voices and stuff like that because I'm always how do you say it? I always looking for evidence for answers. You know, to me, I've never. My brother, he believes in God now. He's really very religious, and I'm not. Hopefully, I'm not making anybody mad. I'm not fully religious like he is.
Right.
And I'm always. I've God has never spoken to me. Maybe he has. I'm just maybe not listening like I should be. So I'm always thinking that if I go out there, if I find something spiritual, something here, then maybe that can answer my question. Because if I see a ghost or a spirit, I'm thinking then there's got to be a heaven and hell because that's a spirit. A spirit is there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's like I want
I know
answers.
what you mean.
I want answers, and I always felt that paranormal was an easier place to find answers versus other things. You know what I mean?
You know what I would suggest? Is Steve JMO. Do you know Steve JMO? He's been on with Brian. He's been on with Truth
Yeah, I've
Seekers
seen him before with Brian.
He's told this story a couple of times on his channel. He used to do similar things with EMF detectors and all that sort of thing. I forget the full story, but he went down with a couple of friends down this old railway. No, it was a live railway track, sorry, with little cubby holes in the side, and there was one watcher. I forget the story right, like one spotter for trains, and he went in and I forget what happened, but they were messing around. I think he had a Ouija board maybe, and he said they were messing around. It must be a true story because he said it twice on two separate occasions, exactly the same sort of thing. He's not making it up, in my opinion. But he got 3 scratches, which is like the sign of the Trinity. And something pinned him against the wall.
Wow.
And I think he said something like he was walking back out, and then something else happened, and then he ended up halfway back in the tunnel when he was nearly out. And then he said he went to a Catholic church and got down on his knees, basically. And yeah, he's definitely believing in God now after that. That was interesting. Listen. Yeah, you have to
I
check
don't know.
out
I have to check that out because I don't know. I'm playing sick-minded here. It's like I'm wanting that to happen to me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah.
Because I really feel like Paranormal, Mandela, even Flat are all related.
Yeah. I
Somehow
do.
they're
I
all
think
related.
it's strange how, I don't know, since the Mandela effect woke me up to other things. Said that wrong way around. The Mandela effect woke me up, and then I started looking at other things because I saw the supernatural side. And
It
then,
is. When you start talking about reality shifts, different
yeah,
dimensions and stuff, I mean, it's
it's weird.
it is weird because if you believe in God, I'm not trying to get religious here, but if you believe in God, that means your soul has to go to heaven, and or if you believe in heaven, right, you have to believe in hell, right? And you
Yeah,
heard
well,
the
I
word.
don't know where I stand on that. I just know that there's a creator, and I feel that if you do good in the world, you do good. That's my take on it all. I'm not super religious. I have started to read the Bible though, and extra biblical stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of weirdness in there, but there's a lot of good messages as well. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's just
I'm
one of those
on
things.
my
Like,
way. I'm
you just want
still on
someone
the
to give
journey.
you the answers, Come on, give me
Yeah,
the answers. I love this comment. Be careful what you wish for. I know, I get it. I get that.
yeah.
I get that, but you know what I mean. Sometimes you want to know something so bad, I mean, I was playing with I know this sounds stupid. I was playing with the Ouija board, trying to possess a doll at one time, just trying to do something.
Do you know, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube where they're doing stuff like that, and oh god,
I
some of
have
them look.
videos on this channel here. One of my very
I'll have
first
to go back
videos.
and look.
If you
I'll
go
have to look
all
at
the
them.
way back to my first couple of videos, it's me walking to a graveyard, trying to find voices.
Yeah,
Made a handmade Ouija board and stuff because I mean,
I used to
I'm
think it was
so
all hogwash.
intrigued, you know.
My girlfriend's seen a spirit in this house. She says I haven't.
Well,
Do you know?
Bob himself
I don't
said that he
really want
was
to
touched. I don't know if
say
you
again.
heard. I don't know if you ever heard one of our videos when Bob said he was. The co-host went down to the basement and
Oh, and
he said
somebody
he
touched the
felt
back of his
something.
should.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I did
actually
hear
he
that.
did a show where he says something touched his leg, and when he went
Oh,
upstairs and
really?
looked, he actually had a red mark on there. And I remember him he took a picture and sent it to me. And go, look, I don't know how this got here, but there's a red mark, like a hand print on his hand on his leg.
I did hear that actually. It rings a bell. Yeah, yeah. That was recent, wasn't it? When he said
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he was
Yeah,
bringing
I
up
did. I
recently.
caught
It's like,
that. Yeah,
wow,
yeah. Weird.
what is
Yeah,
this here? You the more you learn and research, the more you understand the connections. Everything is connected. That
I
is
agree.
true. Learning. That's
Mm,
I know some people. We all get comments like when I used to. This is my fault. This is my fault that I used to blame some other channels that
mm.
they would come out with Mandela effects without any residue, any with any information where they come up with that. And I used to make a comment like, you should always give your source where you learned that. Now I know
Yeah,
I shouldn't think that way. I think that's because of the military, all that where you're taught to any findings you have.
provide the
If you
evidence.
don't have
Yeah.
a source that where you got that from, then it's not 100% true. And I know I sometimes when I watch other shows, I take that too much to heart, and I got to learn that not
Yeah.
not everybody needs to show a source, but it still doesn't mean you should always do your research.
Yeah,
And when
always. Yeah, anything you've looked at, always double check it.
and that's
That's what I've been
exactly
doing.
why me Bob did this because I was going to YouTube, not knowing who's telling me the truth, who's
Yeah.
really who's really has Mandela effect, who doesn't, because there's some of these shows that I used to do research on where they used to be something totally different, not Paranormal,
Yeah.
not Flat Earth, Mandela. They were a show about how to make money. And then all of a sudden, the show switched right over to Mandela. So I used to think to myself, are they really Mandela affected, or are they just going with the new fad, the new popularity? You know what I mean? That's why doing this show is so fantastic, because people like you, people like Joey, people like Brian, even Witch Goddess is on our show. We interview her. People bringing information here makes it easier for myself to do research. Like Brian sent me.
Shout out to Brian, actually.
Brian Staveley sent me an email on links to look up about Flat Earth.
Yeah.
That's why I love doing this show, because I'm learning.
Do you know what? That guy is awesome. He just never stops putting out videos, and he's sent loads of people to various channels. He's connected the community really well. He's awesome. Absolutely awesome bloke.
Well, you've seen him. He'll jump on here. I never even, I asked him one time. We did a show with his permission to come on, but he came on 2 other times on his own.
It's great, and he's trying to get all the flat earthers on board as well. But he's getting there. He really is, and he's taking notes. I mean, I hear some of these other channels, and they're all speaking Mandela effects constantly, talking on the side of their mouth Mandela effects, and they're not even noticing.
The first time I typed in Mandela effect, right? The first time on YouTube, I typed it in, and it gives you who had like the most views, right? I remember there was this blonde girl. I don't know her name, and she's talking about like Mandela effect very fast. I'm like, I'm looking at her like, no, this is full of shit. This is, you know what I mean? I didn't know who to go to.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. And then I found SMQ, and he was genuine. And then I don't know. I just resonated more with Brian, really. And then I don't know. I started diving down O'Brien's rabbit holes as well after that. And as Robert would say, I tried to debunk, but I couldn't.
Yes,
So
and some people thinking debunk is wrong. It's not. You should always do your own research, so you have all the facts, and then you can make your own decision honestly. Because there's too many clones out there.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just take somebody's word for it and say, "Yeah, that's the truth." No, you've got to look into it. Yeah, so that's what I did, and
it looks like. Hold on. My screen.
I wondered what that was.
It's called magic.
Builder's boom.
That's magic right there, baby. See,
that might be a ghost.
Well, once I learned that this program, Yardstream, has a green screen effect, I'm like, I got green screens at my house. So
that's a green screen. Your thumbnails are the best ever.
I do some crazy movie reviews and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you watch any of my movie reviews.
I haven't actually. I'll have to go back through your channel and have a look.
Well, every weekend, my wife and I we go to the movies every weekend to get away from the kids and stuff. So since I see all these movies, I thought, hey, what the hell? I'll do a review, but I kind of do it Mandela effect style. I have a green suit that I put on, where I have a green suit and I have a tie and a hat. So I'm camouflage with the trailer doing my review. They're only like 3-4 minutes. I do for fun. I just put 2 up this weekend because I saw the Sonic the Hedgehog movie and I saw Fantasy Island.
All right. I don't really watch telly or movies anymore. Only when the kids want to see something, to be honest.
Well, my daughter really wanted to see Sonic, the Hedgehog, and I thought, that's the game that I played when I was a kid. That was my game.
Me too. Yeah.
So I went and saw the Sonic, right? I'm thinking it's going to be a shit movie.
Yeah.
Most video game movies are crap, right? God damn it, dude. The Sonic was great. It was good. It was like a vintage Jim Carrey. I was like, holy shit. This movie's good.
Oh, I was watching Frozen 2 with the 3-year-old, and yeah, that was all right, really, to be fair. But
Yeah, actually, somebody in the chat, hey guys in the chat, I can't respond directly right now, but feel welcome to email me your questions. So yeah, guys, if you got any questions about paranormal kind of stuff, email her. She was fantastic on this show. When she came on, she was fantastic. And I don't know if you watched that one where the witch goddess was on our show.
I saw some of it, yeah.
And when she had that that machine, we're asking it questions, and we asked about flat Earth, and then in that message it said flat Earth is fixed. And I was like, wow, that was good, because flat Earth, government, fixing, trying to make things round, like that's a perfect word. And I'm not saying that thing's real or not, but it's very interesting. It could have said anything, but it said the word fix. So that was pretty cool. So on your channel, you just do small little video clips, right? Like you're not actually doing a show yet, right?
No, I've just started messing around, to be honest.
Messing around kind of stuff?
I downloaded StreamYard, but I don't know if I'll ever get time to do anything. But yeah.
I know you're right. It is hard to find time. Like my, I dropped my kids off to school, so right now this is my free time. In about an hour, I'm picking everybody up. So it is hard to find that time.
Yeah.
But we hit over 2 hours. So I'll let you have the last word. But everybody, there's this Thursday, Joey is going to come back on the show. If anybody who missed the show on Friday, he was fantastic. Joey Roca was fantastic. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, because that show we did on Friday, you were on that show. That show was 3 hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip the show down just to the last hour, and I'm going to relaunch that show tomorrow, just so people could watch it. Watch Joey, and on Thursday you get more deep into it.
Yeah, everybody sub Joey as well. He's awesome.
Oh, he is. The way he speaks, it's easy. It's an easy listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You really understand what he's saying. And that's why I asked him to come back on, so I can maybe get a full 2 hours with him to really so deep. So anybody here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. In a comment, I'm going to type in True Thoughts News. What I'm doing right now is, everybody, I typed in an email address where anybody here wants certain questions you want me to ask Joey on Thursday, email me your questions. What I'll do is I'll write down everybody's questions, and we'll just start diving in, and just diving in with Joey, and just try to get anything we can get an answer, because I think that's going to be a great show. And before we leave, I appreciate you, Michael, coming on, kind of taking over Bob's spot, because what he had to do.
Thanks for having me, mate. I've loved it. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
nice to be able to talk to somebody about it finally.
I know it was short notice. I know this is very short notice, but I had fun with you. This was great, kind of just talking about how it affects us. Not getting ants. I think that was kind of fun. So, is there anything you want to say before we jump off?
No, I just want to say, yeah, it's a brilliant job. Just like the more people that talk about it, the better. And if I had more time, I'd do more myself, to be honest. And,
I appreciate that. It's a lot of people said I shouldn't even do a show like this. People say I should not do it because I do have some hearing issues where sometimes my speech is not. My speech is not like Brian, that grabs you. Yeah. But I still appreciate people taking those faults and you know what I mean, going through that and actually just listening. Because I always said this. Sometimes we're not the best speakers in the world, but we all still have a message to say. We all got something to say. Every one of us. Some people are just better at doing it than some others.
Yeah. I'm terrible on camera. I'm practicing for my wedding speech, to be honest.
So, well, everybody, I want to thank everybody for jumping on, and I'll see you guys this Thursday. All right. Thanks, Michael, for coming on.
Yeah, thanks a lot, mate. Thank you very much.
No problem. Talk to you guys later. See ya.
Just one touch and I'm lost inside your love. Just one touch means more than words can say.